What's up, everybody? I'm Dave Stutz, and this is the Gibson G-45 Studio. So we have a Gibson Studio guitar. So as with all studios, that usually means that this is a stripped down version of another model. That's the same case here. So there's the G-45 Standard and the Studio. So what are the differences? Well, let's see what we have in this guitar. We have all walnut, back and sides, gorgeous. Walnut was just always intended to be a guitar. I mean, look how beautiful it is. We have a U-tile neck, which is something that I had to look up. I personally have never heard of U-tile before. Apparently it's commonly used in furniture and cabinet making, and now we have it on a guitar, and it actually feels really nice. It's a comfortable neck. You can really move around on it, and it feels good. One thing I love about this neck is that the headstock really stays out of the way. No matter what I'm doing up here on the neck, this is never a challenge, which leads to the Grover Roto tuners. Really nice tuners. It stays in tune really well as I've been digging into it. Got a satin Sitka spruce top, nice binding. Also has a walnut fingerboard, which is super interesting, with dot inlays. So now, what's the difference between the Studio and the Standard? So the Standard is gonna have a rich light fingerboard, diamond inlays, a gloss top. That's the main take, is that this is a little bit stripped down. So Gibson takes away all the stuff you don't necessarily need to have a great guitar and leaves all the stuff that you do. And me personally, there's nothing wrong with that. I would take this guitar all day. It's beautiful. So a really well-built guitar from top to bottom, great features, and also it smells incredible. This is one of the greatest smelling guitars I've ever played. And if you've been playing guitar for a while, you know you can tell a lot about a guitar by the way it smells. And if this is how Bozeman, Montana smells, I'm gonna have to plan a trip because it's incredible and you're doing great work, Gibson. Good on you. Comes with a Fishman Sonotone pickup, right? So let's hear what that sounds like. This is the Fishman Sonotone. Now this is with our ribbon mic here, the SE Voodoo VR2. So as you can hear, the pickup is gorgeous. It's really nice. I would have no issues plugging this into any PA, mixer, Fishman amp, anything like that. It's just gonna sound really nice. So let's talk about walnut again for a second. The fingerboard is made out of walnut, which is not a wood I'm used to on the top of a neck. And when I first started playing it, it did take a second to calibrate. One thing I think is really cool about this guitar is that I don't find myself using a pick much. I did it for the demonstration just so we can hear the difference. But there's something in the feel and responsiveness of using your fingers. And one thing that I find is that a walnut body is actually great for fingerstyle players, flat pickers, anything like that. It sounds great. And I've noticed that even when I'm hitting the strings and really strumming it, I kind of prefer to use my fingers. There's just something about the way it feels. It's almost like using a compression pedal versus not using a compression pedal. Sometimes it's more about the way it feels, not the way it sounds. So let's check it out. Let's do some fingerstyle stuff and see what we can get into. So walnut, as a tone wood, where does walnut fall on the tonal spectrum? Well, like I said, it's great for flat picking, good for fingerstyle players. You can probably hear that it's fairly trebly. It's a little bright, which, you know, depending on the song, is just beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I think this one is a great representation of that tonal spectrum in the acoustic guitar space. So if you think of rosewood versus mahogany, this one might be that nice bridge in between the two. So I would say it's a good first guitar for anybody, but if you already have a rosewood guitar with lots of low end and lots of high end sparkle, and you've already got a maple, which is really bright, a mahogany, which is that nice mid-range, this is a great in-between guitar to just fill in the gaps of that. You can just own the acoustic tone wood space by adding one guitar. How cool is that? And another thing that's great about walnut, one thing that's always fascinated me about acoustic guitars is that the way it sounds out of the box versus the way it sounds 10 years from now is so different. A lot of times we don't even hang on to guitars that long, but I challenge you, get the G-45 Studio, play it for 10 years, and hear what it does to the low end. I bet it's pretty significant. And last cool thing about the G-45, it comes in this awesome sort of muddy brown, delicious chocolate Oreo Reese Pieces treat of a guitar case, because you know, some of those Gibson cases can get a little far out. Lots of colors on the inside, but the brown and black, I dig it. I'd be happy to bring that to any gig. And it smells incredible. Super responsive to the touch, really sweet sounding, just an overall nice guitar. This is the Gibson G-45 Studio. Once again, I'm Dave Stutz, and we'll see you next time right here on the Sam Ash Spotlight.